this is Guy and Yedidah Spann from One Kingdom TV. So good to have you on board. It's really a privilege. We've got some great content for you. Just great things are happening here. Please remember to bookmark this page, invite your friends. We are here not just to talk about kingdom, but we are actually building kingdom in the real world, in a real way. So Yedidah, today you have a lesson, and the title of that lesson is?
When the World Breaks Your Heart.
And that is under the heading of Transforming Women, a series you're putting together for women who find themselves in this chaotic, painful place when their best expectations, the world around them collapses, and now they are in this place of brokenness or in despair. And the message of this course is we want to move you from brokenness to victory. So with that in mind, Yedidah, I'm going to step off the stage. It's over to you. And I'll be in the background if you need information or whatever. I'll pop it up on the screen for you. Thank you, everybody. Yedidah, welcome to the stage.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Guy, for that very warm welcome. First of all, let me thank you, those of you who are actually watching this video and part of this course. I want to thank you because, sometimes when you go through difficulty and the world breaks your heart, it's very, very easy to choose to kind of go off on the sidelines and to hide, to isolate, and maybe even to cry silent tears. So we want to talk about all of those things. And the reason why we're doing this is because it is imperative that you start moving towards healing in order to receive transformation. Why? Because you're valuable. So let's go back a little bit to what happens when the world breaks our heart. When the world breaks your heart, and I want to talk about relationships also, because that seems to be a key area where people usually go through brokenness. The reason why it's so difficult, I believe, is because oftentimes we have an idea of what it's supposed to be, where we're supposed to be, how we're supposed to be living, even with our spouse, our family, or what have you, or even in that position that you may have been in. And then when things change, it's almost as if the rug is pulled from underneath you and you literally feel like you are stumbling and almost even crashing to the ground. How do you get up from there? That's what we're going to talk about. The one thing that I want to start to do, and that's why the Empowered Kingdom is here, is to talk about breaking out of isolation. Why do I want you to do that? Because when we isolate, and I know there are some people who say, well, I'm an introvert. It's good for me to isolate. I know I'm an introvert too. But when we have prolonged periods of isolating and shutting the world out because of what has happened to us, oftentimes I truly know that that's a space where the enemy feels that he can come with thoughts of defeat, thoughts of failure, thoughts of discouragement, and even thoughts of going after your character to make it feel like you don't even deserve to be here in the first place. Well, I say the opposite. You deserve to sit or stand wherever it is that you are. You deserve to show up, but we want you to show up healed. And so we want to break that isolating out. We also have links that we're going to put here for you so that you can start to be in contact with other kingdom-minded people. How long have you been isolating? A month? A week? Years? Are you showing up authentically as the person that God created you to be? And if not, how do you get there? We want to talk about that. And I want to say this, there's a huge difference between isolating and consecrating. When we're isolating, oftentimes we're looking directly at the thing that wounded us. We're looking at it for breakfast. We're looking at it for lunch and even dinner. And then when you lay down to go to sleep, it's there too. Sometimes that's because we are wrestling with who we are and who we were before this thing actually happened. Well, that's the part about your identity. It has attacked your identity where maybe before you felt like you were the strong one. And I'm not saying that you're not the strong one now. I'm saying that the way that we look at what we're experiencing is actually going to dictate how we actually maneuver, how we walk, what we think, what we say, what we feel about others. Yes. And what we feel about ourselves, and ultimately what we feel about God. I want you to know this, that God is with us in the midst of the struggle. And so we have to learn how to take our eyes so much off of the problem. We've got to change the focus. Yes, it's real. I want you to know that your emotions, what you're feeling is very real. So I don't want you to go and let me just stuff it inside of my desk, or let me put it over here and not deal with it. Well, when we don't deal with something, it doesn't mean that it goes away. So we're going to start to talk about those things as well. It's time to start to move towards your healing. Healing is a choice. Make a choice to say today with me, I will no longer cry silent tears. I will no longer feel like I am not valuable enough or worth it to start to come out of hiding so that I can start to heal and show up again where I am right now. I'm going to help you to do that through this course, Transforming Women. So excited to be here. Guy, if you can do me a favor and put up the card, I'd greatly appreciate it. This is how you can contact me, yedidahtspann.com. Yes, I'm a life coach, host, and author of a book called Don't Give Up. And I love for people to start to read that book. You'll be able to access it right there on the website. So this is what we talked about today. This is what I want to say to you, and we can pull it down. Yes, thank you so much, Guy. I want to say to you, it's time. Now is the time to start to work towards transforming and healing with God. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to see you next time. Until then, realize you're worth it. Talk to you soon.